when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. Sweet, 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 when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. Sweet, sweet, sweet,
Don't say we can't, oh, just don't say another word. These thoughts you've imagined aren't real, aren't adding up. You fetched your ideas from nowhere, all from another world. Your logic's impaired, your full picture is cropped. Cause we both know that one day they're just gonna try again. Without doubts, might say if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, cause this ain't the end. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, cause this ain't the end. We both know that one day it's just gonna try again. Without doubt, might say if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, cause this ain't the end. Dear bright brain, you're so far off, oh it's like you can't see ahead. These feelings you've caught don't make sense, your plan's gonna flop. You keep raising doubts without cause, all you feel is dread. My logic is fair, if it's pain, it's ever gonna stop. Cause both know that one day he's not gonna cry again. Without doubt, it's my say, if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end. The sun's gonna rise again. We both know that one day they're just gonna try again. Without doubt, it's our say, if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, 'cause this ain't the end.
Yo, running a little behind here, but let's get right to it. We're going into Suzuka Circuit, so like always, step back, relax, get your popcorn, as it'll probably be an exciting race. Well, alert, the grid's not packed, but I'll try to keep it entertaining for you guys. Yo, so let's have a little bit of ammonia. I keep forgetting to update the very end of that intro. So that was the old website. This is the new website. Put 5FIR or 5FI Racing.com. That's 5, the number 5. FIRacing.com. You put that in the URL and I'll take you to this a beautiful website. From here you can click all the links. We're gonna go on SimGrid. We're in a Founders League Season 9. And we'll quickly go over the rules. Just a tad bit. It's basically the same as Season 8 if you remember. And if you don't remember, if you're new here, basically we have 10 races. It's the best of 8. Or, yeah, best of 8. So you can drop 2 rounds. If you don't drop any round, we will drop the 2 lowest scores for you. So you can get all the highest points possible. Obey yellow flags. Penalties continue. So if you disconnect without serving your penalty, you will have to serve it next race. Code of conduct is basically be nice and respectful. Incident reporting. Report your incidents. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The standings, I don't know if I should go too much into it, because I don't think it's accurate or correct. So the race results, the races themselves are correct. As you'll see here, race 1 was Silverstone, 2 was Bathurst, Valencia was 3, Paul Ricard was the one that we just passed. That I'll go into the race recap, get you guys updated. It says Will here did not start, and if I recall correctly, race 4 was already updated before the race even happened. I'll find out, but according to this, if we're gonna follow it correctly, Chandler Williams is in P1, Jake Finn in P2, Noah McComber P3, Thiago Denarte P4, Joshua Worley P5, Zach P6, Will P7, Landry P8, Gianna P9, and Jake Wells P10, Zane Blisket P11, Ryan Barkins P12. I don't think that is actually accurate, but we will go with the flow and say it is. Same thing for the silvers. I don't think it's accurate. A main reason why I'm saying it's not accurate is because if you look at race 3 and race 4 here, they're duplicates. So, yeah. Like, I know for a fact that I saw Alexander Sabo in Paul Ricard here, but it says did not start, so I don't know what's going on. But if we're gonna follow it, same thing. Francis, he's in P1. Tony here, P2. Hugo, P3. Hanley, P4. Hart, P5. Arno, P6. Sean, P7. Breedlove, P8. Alexander Sabo, P9, and Jacob Myrie. We're gonna round it off there, or cut it off there. He's in P10. I don't know how accurate that is, but we'll go with the flow at least for now. I don't know why there's no audio coming out of here, but anyways, we're gonna go into the race recap for Paul Ricard. If you saw there in the beginning, you had an amazing start by Will Stewart and had a little bit of contact there, but it wasn't too bad. Just a little left tap there. Pretty much had one of the best starts in the whole grid, which was quite cool, quite exciting to see. One thing that we're gonna pay attention here is the carnage that is about to ensue. Well, don't you worry. We're gonna go and investigate that. We'll let you know. We'll show you what exactly happened. In fact, I'll even pause it here because I feel like I didn't show it enough or display it enough here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember cars and who's driving them, but it all started with the slightest of touches right here. Those two drivers got just just same line, well, different positions, but ended up being in the same line. I went to DraftKings earlier, put down 1,200 on a whirly to put her on a. Oh, okay. A little contact was made and mayhem ensued from there. Oh, unfortunate lap 1 incident there. The tiniest of laptops collects everybody. 35-1 odds. Good return, bruh. That's a huge return. In lap 2, you had Alexander Sabo fighting it out with Justin Fry. You also had Albert Guiana battling it out, and Miguel Cesarion, I think that's his name, Cesaron. They were fighting at it right there. You'll see here, I think that was Alexander Sabo. He's passing Justin Fry there. They make a little bit of contact. Gianna caught in the middle, not sure where to go, ends up slowing down, and Miguel here seizes the opportunity and gets right in front of these drivers. I think Fry went a little bit too wide there, managed to rejoin safely, and it was just a battle between these two, and eventually Albert just made a mistake, decided to not pull in, let Fry get in. Oh, good safe driving after turn 1, you know, or safer driving after turn 1. Lap 6, you had Miguel Cesaron battling it out with Alexander Sabo here. Sabo going just a little bit too wide. Miguel gets the better drive out of that corner and manages to overtake Sabo. Sabo got extremely close there, so putting on the pressure. Not letting Miguel get away that easily. In lap 7, you had Jake Finn and Thiago Tenarte. This was a battle for P1, and what we missed in the stream was the overtake that Jake Finn did. And then the longest straightaway in the world there. Jake Finn completing the overtake. Thiago Tenarte forced to be behind him. Very good move there. Lap 7, you also had Alexander Sabo and Miguel Cesaron. They battled it out. Sabo got the slipstream, managed to nearly complete the overtake, but Cesaron able to defend, force him to stay on the outside. Good defense, a good attempt to overtake there. Good driving. In lap 9, you had Jacob Myrie and Justin Fry battling it out. Almost an identical thing that we just saw in lap 7. But this time you had Myrie completing the overtake on the inside just before turn 8. Very, very nice move. Went a little wide there. Fry could have easily taken advantage there, but didn't have enough speed to do that. Here in lap 14, you had Will Stewart getting the draft, the slipstream from Justin Fry, and able to overtake him. I think this is around the time when Will Stewart experienced a bit of a tire degradation issue. As tires were being, I believe it was overheated to the point where it was limiting his grip. Regardless, in lap 17, Will Stewart able to overtake Jacob Myrie here. Myrie actually here decides to go and stay out wide, allows these two to continue their battle. I believe this battle was for P4. with Porsche versus Porsche, and eventually, actually, right here in lap 18, this is when you see Noah McComber overtake Will Stewart. This is when his tire degradation issues started becoming more prominent here. Will Stewart goes a little bit wide. I think he might have slowed down there, just a tad bit. Noah McComber able to stay on full throttle and just takes him to Gapplebee's. Look at the distance that he is put, and he's just gone. Unfortunate for Will Stewart there. In lap 19, you had Jacob Hart battling it out with Jacob Myrie here. Myrie going a little bit too wide, and Hart able to overtake him on the inside in the final corner. Myrie eventually ends up going into pit, which is why we don't see him there anymore. But good overtake. Lap 24, Jacob Myrie. Jacob Hart overtaking Will Stewart here. You're gonna see here, I think Will Stewart slowed down there, did not want to fight him. Jacob Hart easily gets by him. And I believe that's also Justin Fry does the same thing and gets by Will Stewart before turn 8. So good move there. And your race winner here, Jake Finn. Congratulations. Even though it says you did not start. I don't trust the standings at all. But you know what? Good race. Good race. Well deserved win there. Held off against Chandler Williams. So, Suzuka circuit. It's 3.61 miles of fun, or 5.81 kilometers of fun. All of our drivers are either practicing or in the pits. The grid is starting to get a little bit packed here. Just a tiny bit. We can actually probably just go ahead and take a sneak peek here. See what we're working with. Right now we're checking out Abergiana here. Driving around in the Honda NSX now. He had a car swap. I believe he was in the Nissan GTR. So... okay. Hart's chilling in the pits. Everyone... well, he's not really in the pits, but he's basically nearby the pits doing donuts or something. Or pointing the wrong... you know what? We're gonna let these guys figure out what they're doing, what shenanigans they're gonna do. We're just gonna watch the B-roll here. We'll let them have fun before the race actually starts up, before the qualifying actually starts up. And speak of it, qualifying has just started, so we're gonna go back real quick. That's having me all over the place. We're gonna point our camera to Noah McComber, who's first out on the track. I don't know if we still have that rule where first 10 minutes is the silvers, and then the next 10 minutes are the gold drivers, the gold splits. But I have 3 drivers still in the pits, or looks like the rule might still be in place. Regardless, it'll be interesting to see what lap time these guys put down. We already lost 1 driver. I have no idea who left. We're down to 9 today. I guess Suzuka is not a house favorite here for us. Even though it's one of the most iconic circuits in the world. And most known in Asia, so you would think a lot of our drivers would put up to race in Suzuka. To be honest though, Suzuka, to me at least, is also not one of my favorites, but it's still a decently fun track to drive around in, especially there in that corner that we just saw. It's very, very quick. Looks like Jake Finn is going to be putting on the hottest lap tonight. So we're gonna keep the camera pointed in his direction. Williams is also on a good pace here as well. Or decent pace here. I think I can't even say because I don't remember what a good lap time around Suzuka will be. I'm going to guesstimate a very, very fast lap time around Suzuka is around 2 minutes 4 seconds. I could be wrong though. In fact, I probably am wrong because I haven't raced in Suzuka in forever. It's like season 4, season 5, and we're already in season 9, so that should tell you a lot. No, I actually was right. God damn, Finn puts down a near 2-minute flat. Pretty high 2-minute flat. 200.825. And it comes in P2 with a 203.117. Nico Hart not far behind. At a 203.345. He's in P3. Williams putting down a 201. He lands himself in P2. Knocks everyone else down. We're gonna jump in the hot seat with Jake Finn here since he's on a hot one right now. Going to be improving his lap by 3/10 if he can keep up this pace. Maybe faster. 4/10. Only time will tell. He's gonna be approaching the 15th corner, titled 130R. Very fast left-hander here. If he can do it, it'll be just a slight lift followed by remaining on the throttle, just like Jake Finn demonstrated here. These corners, though, the Casio triangle, very hard corners to actually nail properly. Jake Finn's gonna be crossing the start-finish line, improving his lap time. Drops it down to a 2:00.365. Williams going to be improving his lap time as well. He's 4/10 up on his pace. 3/10. Let's see if he can hold on to that 3/10 of a lead. It drops it down to a near 2:01 flat. It's a 2:01.080. I'm gonna give another one of our drivers a little bit of spotlight here. We're gonna go to Zach Manriquez here. Currently in P7. It wasn't P6. If he improves his lap time here, he does. He hops back into P6. Pushes Greg Landry back out into P7. Landry with a 2:03.175. Francis puts down a very nice lap. He jumps into P5. He's at a 2:02.907. A bunch of our drivers have a fairly close lap times. Average is looking to be around the 2:03 mark, but it's looking to be here, potentially. We got the aliens, Jake Finn and Chandler Williams, running 2:01s and lower. Noah McComber trying to join that rank, running a very low 2:02, and everyone else is around the high 2:02s, 2:03s. I mean, Francis, a little bit of screen time here. It looked like a 7/10 up on his pace. In fact, Chandler Williams is looking like he's going to be making a huge improvement on his lap. And he does. Insane lap time improvement by him. He's at a 2:00.497. Jake Finn is at a 0.365. So Chandler Williams just needs to improve by just about 1/10. Francis goes wide there. Goes to the pits. We're gonna go back and check out Diana here, who's 4/10 up on his pace. If Williams can find that little bit of lap, the little bit of time in his lap, he'll be able to claim P1. Gianna making a huge improvement in his lap time. Was at a second there. It's gonna jump him up to like P3 or something. A P4, just a miss. P3 by a hair. Let's check that out. 2:02.342 compared to Noah McComer's 2:02.325. 200ths of a second is what's separating those two drivers. So there's definitely going to be a battle for P1 and definitely going to be a battle for P3. Jacob Hart going through the S curves. The S curves are fairly difficult to nail right because it's a very ebb and flowy type of corners. Oh, but if you can nail them correctly and nail them right, a huge amount of time is to be gained there, just off that one section. So to my knowledge, the last time we were in Suzuka, I believe it was supposed to rain. And in true 5FI fashion, it didn't rain. Just like in Bathurst, it was supposed to rain. We were expecting it to be raining. And in fact, I believe it was only like a 20% chance, if any, that it wasn't going to rain. Turned out it didn't rain in Bathurst either, so you know. Especially here in Suzuka, geographically, this area is prone to heavy rainfall. So, you know, even though it's not raining tonight, you could speculate that maybe, just maybe, we'll see a drop of water on track. Who knows? But if rain gets introduced here, it's definitely gonna make for a interesting race. Lots of slipping and sliding. All the curbs are basically going to be rendered very dangerous and untouchable if that happens. We're watching Zach go around the S curbs right now. Currently sitting in P7. I'm actually quite surprised that the grid isn't as packed as other days. If I'm perfectly honest here. Looks like Jake Finn is finished messing with his car just a little bit. He's right now nailing his quali pace. He might actually be putting down a faster lap time than before. Looks like he's just behind Chandler Williams too, so getting a sneak peek of the race to be. A potential sneak peek. Chandler Williams messed up that corner and is down on his pace, unfortunately. If Jake Finn, though, is still up, Williams might just let him through since he doesn't want to ruin his quality session here. In fact, Chandler Williams does let him through. Actually goes very wide, gives him plenty of room for him to make that overtake. Very nice, very respectable of him. Top tier driving right there. Big Finn entering the 130R, very quick left. He's still almost dead on his pace. He might make a couple of tenths of an improvement. Maybe hundredths of seconds. Oh, 2/10 of an improvement. He's on a fast one right now. As he crosses the start finish line, puts down an even faster lap, a 2:00.217. What a blazing fast lap. And I completely missed this, but Albert Guiana, currently in P3, put down a very quick lap here. A 2:01.905. Very, very nice. I don't know how I missed that, but... Ooh, just off that one little move. Jake Finn has gone just a little bit dirty, I believe, there. Potentially. It looked like he might have gone a little bit wide. We'll see, we'll see here. He might still be clean. He's still dead on his pace though, so whatever little modifications he did to the Ferrari has done wonders for him. You can see his lap times there in the bottom left right hand corner. In Sector 1, it's not a purple sector, so technically he does have a room for improvement in Sector 1. Sector 2 and Sector 3, he's running the best in the entire race here. He makes a huge improvement there. 2:00.060. He might just be able to go sub 2. What should be an absolute first. We're gonna go and... where did he go? Francis! I was trying to find a name here. He made a huge improvement. Actually kicked Albert Guiana out of P3. He landed himself in P3. Guiana trying to respond to that. 1/10 up on his pace. He was a little bit faster. Made a little bit of mistake there. We're gonna jump back into the passenger seat with Jake Finn here and watch him go round and round, because he is looking to make an even faster, put down an even faster lap time. Really pushing his driving ability and the car's potential to the absolute limit. These two corners there, corners 13 and 14. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. Unfortunate. He was on a hot one. Last person to finish our qualifying here is Jacob Hart. He's currently about 1/10 up on his pace, and he loses it, unfortunately, right there. Gonna be the end of quali. Something that we can actually do and view are all the lap times here. Jake Finn in P1 with a 2-minute flat. Basically a 2-minute flat. Actually ran all the purple sectors for that last one. I'm not sure why it was still yellow on my end, but the fastest driver of the night. Chandler Williams right behind him, 2 minutes, couple seconds. And the rest of the grid is lining up. We are gonna check them out soon as I adjust my tower cycling data. Actually, I changed my mind. I was gonna go down the list or down the line driver by driver, but since we have a little bit of time and it's not a lot of drivers, it'll be actually a lot better to do. Got Jake Finn here, P1. Right behind him is Chandler Williams, P2. Behind those two drivers, we have Francis. He's in a P3. Showcase this livery for a little bit. Right next to him, we have Albert Kiena. He's in a P4. Very nice sick livery there. Kiena here, P4 in the Honda NSX. Noah McComber, P5. Right next to him is Jacob Hart. He's in P6. As the drivers start to run away from us, I will be chasing them down. You have Zach Manriquez, P7 there. Greg Landry right to his left, P8. And rounding us out in this race, we have Jacob Myrie, P9. Alright, these guys are actually going to be lining up. The green flag is going to be lit up very, very soon. So we're going to be changing views. Going to be pausing the music and everything soon. And the green flag is out. Green lights are out. Honestly, I'm not even sure how turn 1 is gonna go. Looks like a couple of our drivers are going just a little bit wide. Maybe being extra cautious to not cause any turn 1 incidents so far. Everyone lining up here for the S-curves, which is the most ideal thing to do. Especially this early on in the race. Tires are cold. Everyone's a little nervous. The pre-race jitters are out and happening. We're gonna pay attention to the back here since they are pretty close to each other. Within half a second, maybe some moves will be happening with them. Down in the front, you have Jake Finn in the lead. Everyone else, and not too far behind. Chandler Williams, just about a second behind Jake, so he has plenty of opportunity, especially this early on in the race. We have an hour to go around Suzuka Circuit. That's like, what, at least 30 laps? 30 or so laps, potentially. So the party has just begun. Only time will tell what ends up happening. In fact, we're gonna stick with Jacob Hart here since he is on his way to challenge Noah McComber for a spot. As Hart gets a little squirrely there, Manriquez is going to seize the opportunity and get right by him. That Audi, quite a handful to drive. Every time someone drives it and we hear comments about it, it's a beast. It essentially what I hear is that it tries to kill you. Any little tiny mistake on that thing and it gets multiplied. Unfortunate for Hart there. He was doing really good. Had a good start. Actually everyone had a good start. No one really had a bunch of position changes, a bunch of mistakes here. Only time will tell. Line up and check out Zach Manriquez here, who's well on his way to potentially challenge Noah McComber here. Gonna be Porsche versus Porsche. Zach's gonna try to do what Will couldn't do last race and hold off and beat Noah McComber. Oh my. The streamer's curse is coming alive here. I'm so sorry, Manriquez. I did not mean to jinx it just like that. We have Jacob Hart overtaking him right after Spoon Curve with that nasty slide. I am just not gonna say any comments about that because that curse is very alive and very healthy today. Jake Finn putting down a very fast lap, a 200.175. What a lap. In fact, let's check him out real quick. He's currently in P1, has clean air in front of him, and is starting ever so slightly to pull away from Chandler Williams. And Williams trying his absolute best to reel Finn back in, keep him within his sights. About 2 seconds from Finn. 2.5. Chandler Williams running a 200.897. So not a slow lap by any means. Actually, very fast. Jake Finn, though, just driving a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. And those 0.7 of a second, they really add up. Especially through a whole hour-long sprint. At this point, only time will tell whether or not he being Jake Finn here makes any mistakes that allows Chandler Williams to catch up, or eventually if Chandler Williams is able to keep him within his sights there, as he's Finn is making mistakes there, just a tiny bit. If Williams can keep him within his sights, he could potentially overtake him in the pits. Remember, we have a 25-second a pit timer, and you are allowed to take tires if you so choose. The minimum amount of time that you're going to be in the pits is 25 seconds. We're going to go hop into the back here. It's Porsche versus Audi. Jacob Hart versus Zach Manriquez. Manriquez getting extremely close to Jacob Hart here. Currently 3/10 off his rear end. Where and when will Zach decide to make a move on the headless chicken racing Audi? Speaking of which, I forgot the team names, but I remember Zach's and Will's team is pretty funny. And I believe Chandler Williams' team is also funny. I think his name is, I don't know if it'll actually show it here. I might have to switch overlays so we can actually see it. And I might actually do so we can actually see it. But I believe his was Please Brake Turn 1. I think that was Chandler Williams and somebody else. I can't remember. But that was pretty funny. A nice little hidden Easter egg. Zach Manriquez still putting on an amazing amount of pressure here, not allowing Jacob Hart to get away as Jake Finn puts an even faster lap, a 2:00.120. Guy is moving. Chandler Williams putting down an amazing lap as well. Oh, Manriquez tries to go in for a dive here. Gets the inside coming into turn 1. Holds him off. Turn 2. Manages to actually successfully overtake Jacob Hart. Jacob Hart not able to do anything there. Wasn't quite... Well, was in position to make a nice dive into turn 1, but... because of that, left the door wide open for Manriquez. A very good move on Manriquez. Unfortunate for Hart there, but Hart still remaining fairly close to Manriquez, so he's going to be definitely applying the pressure. And hopefully for us, potentially returning the favor within the upcoming laps, as he remains roughly around half a second behind Manriquez here. Checking out all the liveries, I forgot to mention that the ideal setup here in Suzuka is medium to high downforce with medium to hard suspension. Jake Finn improving his lap time, just getting faster and faster. He's sitting at a 2:00.102. I forgot to mention Chandler Williams, he ran a 2:00.207, excuse me. Basically 1/10 of Jake Finn's personal best there. So Chandler Williams definitely getting faster, getting better as the race progresses. As you'll see there, you can actually see their personal best on screen compared relatively to each other. Enriquez moving up one position, Jacob Hart losing one position from where they started. Setups. Medium to high downforce and medium to hard suspension. Generalized setup throughout the entire grid. Not necessarily what you should be running, but the good starting point. And the key action areas are turns 1, 11, 13, 15, and 16. Turn 11, we just got in. That was the hairpin. Turn 13 is the start of Spoon Curve, which is these corners right here. We're watching Zach Manriquez go through it. Key action area here because the corner is a little bit off camber. So if you get on throttle too aggressively without any of the tires hooking, you'll definitely slide out or wipe out or just go wide. Lose a bunch of time. This is definitely one of my problem corners. We're gonna let this battle between Manriquez and Hart heat up here. We're gonna go check out what Albert Guiana is doing. He's remaining fairly close, fairly consistent throughout his whole laps, keeping Francis within his sights. I guess giving Francis just a little bit of breathing room, but just enough to still be intimidating. Actually, quite interesting here that you can actually see in real time the mistakes or the line differences between driver and driver here. So you have Francis, who is slightly faster than Albert Guiana, but since he's making a little bit of mistakes here in this lap, allowing Guiana to catch up, and you can actually see there Francis not going as wide, not using the full width of the track there, versus Guiana is using the full width of the track. That's going to allow him to actually gain a lot more speed. Now, since he's within the draft, in the slipstream, gaining even more speed on Francis. So closing the gap even more. Went from around a second and a half to now 0.8 of a second right behind Francis here. That's not necessarily to say that you know, that I think one driver is worse than the other. Although necessarily in racing, if you are ahead and the other is behind you, I guess you can technically make the argument that yeah, one driver is worse than the other. But you know, tomato, tomato. We're here on getting action, letting these guys battling out, learning from their lessons here. As Francis is for sure now feeling the heat. Guiana 4 tenths, 3 tenths. Behind Francis here. Oh, what a bad camera angle. There we go. Jacob Hart still remaining within 1 second of Zach Manriquez, so a very good consistency. Actually, amazing consistency throughout the entire grid. Everyone's staying relatively close to their personal bests this whole race. which in a difficult track or difficult circuit like here in Suzuka is actually quite impressive. Looks like the Honda is treating Gianna very, very nicely. Francis flashing those lights. Probably knows that he's being put on the spotlight here. So far, the faster of the two drivers here is Francis. Just by 2/10 of a second. So 2/10 is all Albert has to play with here. Or 2/10 is what Francis has to play with in terms of making mistakes. Which it's not a lot, especially when you have that amount of pressure right behind you. My goodness, I'm actually looking at the difference between where P1 and P2 are compared to P3 and P4, and you can actually see it on the map here. P1 is basically now entering turn 1. They are basically long gone. In fact, you can actually see it on the screen here. Francis is 16.2 seconds away from Chandler Williams in P2. So they are in a league of their own. Williams not letting Jake Finn get away. It's already been in the line 9 laps. We are 41 minutes into this race. It's going to be a fight to the very, very end between them two. Maybe an overcut or undercut strategy in the pits is gonna have to take place in order for Chandler Williams to grab P1, snag P1. That or if Jake Finn just makes a serious enough mistake that allows Chandler Williams to recover and gain back that ground lost. Oh no! We have a yellow flag, potential collision between Hart and Zach. Zach stuck in the middle of the field, not the best position to be in. Wonder what happened here. He unfortunately has to teleport back into the pits. He probably had a serious enough damage to the car. Jacob Hart here looks to have not sustained much damage. Not sure what happened, but we are gonna review. Actually, we're gonna wait to review here. Check out that replay in a little bit. See what exactly happened there. Unfortunately, we lost Zach because of that incident. It was a good future battle until it wasn't. Not sure what exactly happened there, but Albert Gianna was making moves on Noah McCormick there. He'd been been paying just a little bit of attention there. He started to slide a little bit too much. Lost the gains that he just made. Went back to around a second behind Francis here. Jacob Hart's entering the pit. Actually in the pits right now. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to get tires, refuel. What's his strategy? And if he had any damage, and if he's gonna repair any damage. Look, if he did have damage, it looked to be very minor. At least on my end, it didn't look like his car was busted at all. But who knows? We're gonna let these two drivers go around the ES curbs one more time before we start reviewing replays and see what exactly happened here. Gianna losing a little bit of ground there. Looks like Gianna has a little bit of tire degradation issues there. He's starting to slip and slide. Pushing that Honda to the absolute limit. He's got to be careful though, because Noah McComber is just about 2.5 seconds behind him. So if he makes any more mistakes, McComber is definitely going to catch up. And with that being said though, I think we have just enough time to go and review what happened between Manriquez and Hart here. Let's check it out. Give me a minute, I'm gonna load up the replay here. We're checking out Jacob Hart in the current moment. Oh no, it looks like Zach just potentially touched a little bit of grass there. Ended up slipping. We're back into the live view. Couldn't maintain control back of the Porsche. The Porsche was just basically on a collision course to the wall, bounced off the wall, and Hart just close enough to sustain a huge chunk of damage there. Man, that is unfortunate. That sucks. Oh, we have Gianna coming into the pits here. Potential undercut strategy? 35 minutes left in the race, so it's just about time that everyone decides to go and pit. We're checking out Chandler Williams there. Jacob Finn actually overtaking Jacob Hart. Chandler Williams is going to be approaching Jacob Hart too. So Jacob Hart in a blue flag situation here. As we'll hop on board. As Gianna has a yellow flag, white flag now. We're gonna... Oh no, he's just getting out of the pits. Ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that. Chandler Williams running very fast laps. Jake Finn just out driving for the most part here. Not sure where the blue flag is going to be. Well, I mean, it's going to be waved now. But not sure where and... Oh, okay. Respectful but interesting location to allow Williams to get by there. Awkward corner. Awkward corner, to say the least. In fact, that corner selection cost him about a second. That actually hurt him a lot. Hurt him quite a bit. He was around 3.5 seconds from Finn, and now he's 4.7. So, ouch. Could just make count. Only 8 guys. Yo, what's up, Tranqueezy? Long time no see. Well, we had 10. Then Quali hit, and we had 9. And then we had an incident with Zach Manriquez. And that took us down to 8. In fact, if you're here, we can actually replay the incident. We have actually quite a bit amount of time. No real battles to showcase here. Gonna be hopping from driver to drivers. And in fact, that's probably what we are gonna end up doing. Still super low compared to the turnout. Super low turnout compared to the first couple rounds. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, or I mentioned that in the beginning of the stream, that it was quite surprising to me too. Usually we have a lot more guys. I don't know. I guess everyone doesn't like. Oh man, Jacob Hart. I mean, Jacob Myra here. Pretty banged up. When and where did this happen? Interesting. Well, if you're here, we might as well showcase. You can get caught up at the incident here. We're gonna show the replay. Right now we're checking out the view from Jacob Hart here. I'll go into the helicopter view. Man, what a shit view. Go back. Hold on. We're gonna load up that replay once more. What was that? That was absolutely terrible. Here we go. We have the view from Zach Manrica this time. I believe he ended up maybe touching the grass here a little bit. Ended up losing control. Oh. Well, yeah, we're into the live now. I guess the painted section there coming out of that corner. He probably got on throttle a little bit too hard. Yeah, that's a pretty brutal hit there. I mean the corner is a little bit off camber, so it's very easy to slip the tires. But that's what happened to Zach. He probably got a little bit too much on throttle, especially in that painted section. Ended up power sliding into that corner of the wall and ricocheted him right back into Jacob Hart. So Jacob Hart actually took a hit from that, and he ended up going into the pits a little bit more. Yo, what's up? You missed this. I took the white out for early Valentine's to avoid the crowds tomorrow. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you too. And don't you worry, yo. We always have plenty of other races to join. I hope at least you two had a amazing early Valentine's Day though. Right now we have 27 minutes left in the race. Jacob, Francis is currently entering the pits here. Homer now leading the race. Here's Francis. We have a yet to see Greg Lantry and Noah McComber. They both have to enter the pits, and never mind, we have yet to see Noah McComber enter the pits. This is actually Chandler Williams' opportunity. Where is this guy? There he is. I'm a little baffled here because the reason why I'm baffled here is Chandler Williams just overtook Jake Finn, but I don't recall him ever being. 2 seconds behind Jake. Am I tripping out? Oh no, Jake is still ahead. You can just make out Williams. Oh wow, okay. So they both have had a pretty much identical pit stops. At this point, it is up to what happens in the race. Wait. No McComber. Oh, I'm straight tripping out. I thought Noah McComber was Jake for a second, and I was actually questioning why Noah McComber was going into the pits, him being Jake. You know. Ignore me. I am. I need to drink some coffee or something. We only had one penalty this whole lap. So, you know, top tier driving by everyone here on grid. That one penalty was cleared. It was Jacob Myrie. He had a drive through. So I'm assuming he had a little bit too many track cuts. And here in Suzuka, I can see that happening to a lot of our drivers. Potentially happening to a lot of our drivers. He's running your livery, bro. Check it out. The one that you made for him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In fact, you know, we got plenty of time. There's no real battles. I can do this. Why don't we showcase it while he's driving around the track? In fact, he has Jacob Hart right behind him, so we potentially could see an overtake happen. Super nice livery. Hart's not far behind. About 1.8 seconds from him, so Landry has his work cut out for him. It was such a difficult blue to get right, but so worth it. Looks good. I agree. Definitely looks good. 100%. Why was it? What was hard about the blue? Was it something like metallic or pearlescent, or it was just a difficult shade? I'm assuming. Also, how's your studies? I know you're not racing this season to get ahead or to stay ahead on your studies. Hopefully, that's coming along good. Art's getting closer and closer to Landry. Landry is going to have to start thinking about going defensive here. You can actually see Tranqueezy designs on his wing. Nice little touch there. That Audi though on a hunt. Had a big slip there, unfortunately. Was cloning in aggressively, and that one little slip up cost him to lose 0.2 of a second. And I'm at about a second from Landry. Difficult shade to get right. Get the material right on it. I can see that. I'm still trying to figure out how to. Greg going very defensive there, not trying to let Hart get through. This is the battle of the night at this current moment. Looked like Hart tried to get the inside, and Greg foresaw the future and decided to take that inside line and block him out from completing that overtake. He got 18 minutes, 48 seconds left on track. Hard is definitely trying his best to get around Landry there. Try to get him on the inside. Landry's sticking to his line. Definitely gonna make this a challenge, to say the least. As they now exit the hairpin, Art half a second behind Landry. They're coming into Spoon Curve. This is definitely an overtaking opportunity here. If he can nail these few corners right and get the exit speed, he's closed in on the gap. He's 2/10 off. Landry's gonna get the draft and everything. I don't know if he'll have enough time to do it right before the 130R. The next corner coming up. Corner 15 here. Both hard on the brakes. Landry going wide. Hart getting the better line. Basically, it's going to be a drag race. Hart having the better ideal line. Comes out just ahead. Race not over yet. They're getting into turn one. Landry going a little bit too wide. That's going to secure it for Hart. Very nice, clean overtake there. Very good battle. Good attempt on defense by Landry there. Tried his best. Tried to hold him off as best as he could. Definitely well fought drag. What was that? Still representing the fight that we all have at Tranquisa Designs. Yeah, definitely. So I don't know what exactly happened, but it just severely glitched out on my end. Lost everyone for a couple seconds there. I don't know if that was caught on stream. We have 15 minutes left here in the race. Just about 7, maybe 8 laps left to go. Nia Kabuki says smart. The Squatch Mocker over here. Squatch Monger. Definitely smart to do Valentine's Day today. In fact, that's exactly what my sister and her boyfriend did today as well. They did early Valentine's Day, so very smart for any couple to be doing that tonight. Instead of tomorrow night. Speaking of which, what's up, Neil? I tried to catch up to you last race in Barcelona, and I was doing really good until I wasn't. I was fairly I was keeping up. more or less. Until I wasn't. After lap 1, turn 1, it was all downhill for me. Oof. Damn. Yeah, I had a couple of incidents as well. Wasn't in turn 1. It was in end of lap 1 and middle of lap 4, I think. Those were my incidents. Yeah, it ends. It'd be like that. I feel it. Well, tiny grid, but with a tiny grid, we get more personalized shots of all the drivers here. Jake Finn putting down insane lap times, as well as Chandler Williams. I wasn't paying attention, but here, let me pull it up on screen here. The personal best. Look at these lap times. A sub 2 minutes here in Suzuka circuit. That is just mind-blowing. And in fact, a lot of our drivers are getting really close to that 2-minute mark. I know I would definitely not be there with my current skills. I'm still very rusty, so I'd be running 203s, 204s around this. But a 159, that is just insane to me. Out of this world. On both drivers too. These this is race. This is not even quali pace. In quali, they actually ran a very low 2.0 flat. So to see them running 259s in the race, that is quite impressive, especially this late into the race. So even more impressive with tire wear and everything. Super, super impressive. Chandler Williams started off fairly strong, but as every lap is just losing Jake Finn. It's only by a couple tenths of a second, but I mean, throughout a whole 60-minute sprint, that's all it really takes for you to start losing ground on the person in front of you. Right now, he's about 10 seconds behind Jake Finn. Jake Finn having a comfortable lead. Not comfortable enough that if he makes a serious enough mistake, Chandler Williams will be knocking right on his door. Doing that very quickly. Francis, though, P3. Started P3, stayed in P3. Rocking a super solid race. Best lap is a 201.957, but it was a little dirty, so it wasn't registered as a overall best lap for him. But running low 202s, still very, very impressive. Especially with Noah Comer able to gain a position. Started in P5, now is in P4. I'm gonna be honest, I don't quite remember who he fought to get into that spot. But nonetheless, he's still running low 201 or high 201s. There's 9 minutes left in the race. Unless Francis makes a couple of mistakes here and there, a couple of serious enough mistakes, there might be a battle for P3. The only time will tell what exactly happened there. Kiana's still here with us. He was running the GTR previously, if you remember. Or if you don't, he was running the GTR over in where were we last race? Paul Ricard. I decided to change to the Honda NSX, and he has been driving this thing really, really well. Best lap was a low 202.047. It was very, very nice to see. Jacob Hart deciding to grab the bull by its horns, the bull being the infamous Audi here. As everyone knows, or if you don't know, Audi, I hear from everyone, I have yet to try it out. I hear that the Audi is a handful. At any given second, this thing will kick you off and take you for a ride. It's not the other way around. You don't take the Audi for a ride, the Audi takes you for a ride. That being said, he's been managing it fairly well. Best lap of 203.112. I think a lot of our drivers have matched or beat their quali laps, their quali pace. That's pretty cool to see. And then we just saw we did see the battle between Hart and Jacob. Hart and Landry. Landry rocking the Tranquesia Designs team. Out of all my seasons on ACC, the R8 and the MCL 720 led to my two most dominant seasons. I mean, if you can tame the Audi, you can go fast. Audi's just unpredictable. The Honda lulls you into a state of security and then suddenly tries to kill you. Man, I don't know what's worse than because the Audi is just, it's predictably unpredictable, so at least you can try to control that, versus if the Honda just keeps you feeling like you're secure. Landry there with a nice little slide. And then tries to kill you. I feel like that's kind of more dangerous, especially in a situation where you might be battling against someone. I don't know. I would probably drive I would have to drive both cars. I would need to step out of the Lamborghini and dip my toes into the Audi, and then dip my toes into the Honda and see what I like more. I will probably love the Audi's engine because it's basically the same as the Lamborghinis, but I would hate the unpredictability of it. That's for sure. But maybe in the future. So my prediction for Noah McComber potentially battling it out with Francis is not gonna happen. Francis is doing a really, really good job. The Audi engine is the same as the Lambo, yeah. Yeah. After the update, they seriously did the R8 dirty. I tried driving it again, and it was atrocious. The last time I drove it, no way. Which was back in 20. That's a good long while. That's a long time. Although I said Noah McComber was potentially going to be able to battle Francis if he was able to keep up his pace, or at least bring the gap between Macomber and Francis close enough, but Francis has been driving really, really well, and able to keep Macomber at a distance. And of course, as soon as I say that, Macomber driving pretty fast and dropping that pace. Okay. They did the Alpine dirty as well. Not saying it wasn't broken before. It wasn't broken before 1.9, but they pushed it so far in the other direction. I never drove it, so I have no idea how it feels, but I will take your word for it. Matter of fact, I might as well just like... I should just hop into like a random online lobby and try not to kill myself with it. Yeah, it wasn't super OP. I don't know why they destroyed the rear end. Can't you just turn up the Well, there's a bunch of things you could do. I guess authors are turning up anti-roll for the... It was actually quite predictable. Interesting. Two minutes, 6 seconds left on track. Jake Finn just managed to overtake Craig Landry behind the scenes. Blue flag situation there. Barring any other mistakes here, it is looking like Jake Finn is going to be our winner in Season 9 in Suzuka Circuit. When I drove it again in 2024 after 2023 season, my setups were so front heavy, I had no rear end grip on the R8. No way. That was... That's a huge change. That's a... Huh. Really interesting. I guess the R8 is... I guess you would drive the R8 how you would drive a go-kart. Ideally. Steer from the rear. Use the throttle to control the car. I'm assuming. Kind of puts you in a precarious situation because you probably have to turn down the traction control. Tried like 3 different things and just couldn't get the feel back in the car. Wow, that says a lot. Final lap of the race. Chandler Williams has actually been clawing his way back. It was like 10.5 seconds. Now it's 9.2-ish seconds from Jake Finn. Too bad the show can't go on any longer than an hour here. Otherwise, we might have had a potential battle here. P1. I know Macomber actually dropping his lap time or his distance from Francis. He's hovering around the 3-second mark, so he could have also battled him. But alas, time is up. Barring any other mistake, this is probably going to be how everyone finishes. The only one that potentially could be a surprising or a little shakeup is if Francis makes a mistake and allows Noah McComber to get right to him, because he's 2 seconds, almost 2 seconds now from him. So that's a good enough distance to keep your eyes out for him. That being said, though, congratulations to Jake Finn. Started off strong and finished off strong. Chandler Williams started off strong, finished off strong as well. He lands himself in P2. Francis is very close to the finish line. He has a couple of turns left. The 130R and the Castillo Triangle. He has Noah McComber 2.3 seconds behind him. Noah McComber closing that gap decently quick, but not fast enough. Looking like Francis is going to be able to secure P3. Noah McComber closing the gap to 1.8 seconds. Very nice job, Francis. Very nice job, McComber. As McComber ends up in style. We have Albert Guiana here finishing P5. Jacob Hart quite a ways away. He's gonna be crossing the finish line soon. Greg Landry already crossed the finish line here. He lands himself in P6. Sorry, P7, excuse me. Jacob Hart gonna be crossing the finish line here. Gets himself in P6. Oh, we had 11 drivers before. My apologies. I thought we had a lot less. I don't think anyone is going to do or want to do interviews. I don't see anyone here, but I'll hop into a open channel, see if anyone joins. Stay there for like a minute or two. Excuse me. I still have pneumonia, and so I took all my medicine, so I'm recovering from pneumonia. But I still have a lingering cough, and not the greatest. That being said, it was a good race. It was a small. I'm on a driver tonight. Oh my way!
Yeah, really.
Yo,
hello.
What's up? What's up?
Hello.
I didn't see who joined first, but how was the race for you guys? Anyone wants to start off? Go for it.
You guys in gold are really on another level. You guys were the two of you. It was a pretty. I didn't have any much action. You guys left off, and after like 5 laps, you were like 20 seconds ahead. Yeah.
To be fair, I've done a lot of LFM races this week at Suzuka, so I had a lot of practice for this.
I did. I had my first win. I did one race, and I had my first win.
Congrats.
LFM too. Yeah, thanks.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
Congrats!
yeah.
Congrats! Well, Jake Finn, you had a pretty much. You started off strong, and you ended off very strong. You and Chandler Williams actually beat your quali lap time, so that was actually super sick to see.
Yeah,
How did you feel about it?
quality was in quality was a fast track, and then I think after the pits in the race, the track became optimum, so there's definitely more grip, and because of that, we were able to do faster lap times than what we were able to do it in quality.
Okay, okay. I was how did you feel having Chandler Williams behind you for so long, and eventually the gap ever so slowly was getting further and further?
It is impressive that you jumped into this car just this week, and his pace very impressive considering it's like the first time he's driven the Ferrari around here.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
What did you had before?
I'm a Mustang main.
Oh,
yeah,
it's very fast in the straights, but I guess handling must be a completely different beast.
From Mustang.
Yeah, I was
to
shocked. It was his Ferrari is very comfortable, but I still like my Mustang.
the Mustang will eat the Ferrari for breakfast on the
I
straights
like to
here.
be deafened by the roar of a V8.
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about like the curb compliance of the Ferrari versus the
Well,
Ford?
Finn Main's Ferrari. I told him I don't really like it how the Ferrari acts with the curves because it feels very stiff and
Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
had if I remember correctly, some guy talked. He always hated the Ferrari. He always called it an ashtray, and yeah, it just stuck because it definitely feels like it. At sometimes it just feels like an ashtray, Just, but yeah, that's the most different. It's definitely the stiffness compared to the Mustang.
yeah. That's why I switched off the Ferrari. The Ferrari was definitely fast for me, but sometimes, oops, if you make that tiny mistake, you're out. I went with the Mercedes, but I should have gone for the Aston Martin. I think it's even more compliant.
The Aston Martin, really?
From my perspective.
I hate that car.
But the sound is great. I think it's the same as the Mustang.
The what?
The Aston
sound.
Martin is the same sound.
Yeah, the
Nah.
Aston Martin sounds good too.
Oh, the same sound. That's the Jaguar. That they took when they made the Mustang, they just took the sound from the Jaguar and threw it over there.
All right.
So it's the same sound.
Chandler Williams. Question for you: how did it feel battling it out with Jake Finn? I know you guys were really really close in the beginning, and you were making headway towards the middle of the session. You actually kept it under, I think it was 3, and then it went under 2. So you guys were, even though you weren't fighting necessarily, like
I was trying.
but yeah.
I mean, look, beyond he was gone. I mean, I was, just trying to hang in there. But yeah, that's his car. He dominates in that. So
You guys
He's
both put on impressive left. Both ended up with a high 159s. That's your personal best. I could only imagine running that.
I
Yeah.
should be doing 58.
No way. Well, one day I'll get up to your level. Francis, congrats on P3.
Thank you.
Is this your first podium here, or?
No, I think I had a couple. I'm in silver, so in silver I'm winning quite a lot. And I'm sometimes finishing on the podium and within the golds too.
Hey, that's impressive on its own. So definitely,
Thank you.
Definitely shout out to that. That's a cool and impressive driving. Especially today, you started P3, ended up in P3. You pretty much separated from everyone else. That's impressive on its own.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
Well, congrats to all 3 of you. I mean, P1, P2, and P3. So
Thank
can't-
you. Thanks for the stream. I usually listen to your stream afterward, and you're really funny and relevant in your stream. So congrats to you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll try. You guys got any shout outs before I let you go? I guess we'll start with you, Francis.
My girlfriend. Thanks, Vero, for listening.
For allowing him to participate in this activity.
yeah.
Huge shout out to that then.
Yeah.
Chandler Williams, any shout outs you got here?
Just a shout out to, please break turn one, boys. So,
Yeah.
Is that your? I read that was the team name, so that was actually pretty funny.
yeah, it's our team.
I thought that was actually funny. Jake Finn, you got it? Any shout outs?
Same with Chandler. Shout out to Please Break T1.
Yeah.
Shout out. Oh yeah, please break turn one.
Me
That's a
and
good one.
me and Chandler and some other guy founded the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a great
I think-
name.
That's a very great name.
The story was there was a guy I think in the public lobby who had like the exact same name, and then we were like, oh, it's a good team name.
I
Yeah, it's
agree.
just too bad we don't see it like during the race as a
Well,
reminder.
me and Finn used to hang around. We used to play a lot of Monza, or drive a lot of Monza. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's where it kind of came in. Because, every time you go into turn one Monza in a public lobby, it's just like the entire field just wants to play Demolition Derby. So it's just kind of like,
It's almost
But,
better to start from the pits from there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being here. I guess I got one question for you, Francis. How do you say your last name?
Teru.
How do you say it?
You could say Teru. Deru. I don't know.
Theru. I'm gonna need to practice that. So I can get
Yeah.
it right.
Teru. Deru.
Theru.
It's-
I can say Theru easy.
Yeah, Teru.
Is that like Icelandic? I don't know why I'm thinking Iceland.
No, I'm from Quebec.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So you're
I'm from Vancouver. British
Oh,
Columbia.
nice. So completely west side, east side here. Yeah, we're the French part of Canada. That's why my name is French.
Lovely place. I visited Montreal last summer.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. You guys can stay here and chat away if you want. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week in Coda. So hopefully we'll have a bigger lobby so you guys can have a little bit more battles, more entertaining.
Yeah, I was trying to get an Arte and Wells race tonight, but they had some other plans. So
Life happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, thank you guys, and I'll definitely see you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Congrats on the win.
Surely. See you, Juan.
Yeah, see ya.
See you.
All right. Cool interviews. I wasn't expecting the podium spots to be there, but nonetheless, I greatly appreciate it. A shout out to all three of them, especially to Francis's girlfriend there for letting him race. Huge shout out. And to anyone's girlfriend or wives, thank you for letting your significant other race with us. Take a couple minutes of their time away from you, so I appreciate it here at least, and I'm pretty sure everyone else does. Anyways, it was a good race. Very fun to see. It was a small little lobby, but nonetheless, it just makes it more personalized to see every driver do their own thing. Pull the hells here and there. That's still quite exciting. So there's that. Before we sign out, might as well go into the housekeeping here. The website 5firacing.com. You put that in the URL and it'll take you here. Click on any other of these links. We're gonna go and select SimGrid here. Right now we're in a Founders League Season 9 and the next race is in COTA, Circuit of the Americas. So we're gonna be headed down to Austin, Texas for this event. It should be exciting. Hopefully we get a more filled up lobby, but if we don't, it is what it is. If you want a little bit of extra racing action, we do have a mixed class here that I'll throw in. We only have 5 drivers. I myself am in it. I'm going to be doing the BMWs. I'll be doing the last couple races here. At least trying to. So mixed class, I swear, if I'm calling it out, if Alan Arvalo or Kyle Busch do not join, I'm taking y'all keyboards away. I will drive to your place and take those keyboards away. And then I'm gonna join Albert and Jacob Myrie in the GT2s. I'm calling it right here. But nonetheless, join. We also have a couple of other what's the word? Organizations that are running a couple races. So if you can't make our Thursday, which is this one here in Season 9, or the mixed class is actually on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock UTC. My clock, my time. 7 o'clock PST, my time. You can definitely join other ones. I mean, I don't care. Race anywhere. Race with us preferably, but race anywhere, you know. Always fun. Go to Track Glitches, go to Degenerate Race League, go to the other DRL. Go anywhere, you know, just get involved, race with us. Make it interesting, you know. The only way you can get better is if you put in the work, grind a little bit, get out there and get faster. Albert here says thank you to the fans. I agree. I'm gonna definitely practice the pronunciation on Francis's last name so I can get it right. He also says, "Woo, mixed class fun." Definitely, mixed class racing is always fun, especially if we have a good enough size grid. I'm just saying, you know, we should all join the mixed class series. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys next week. You guys have a good rest of your night. I'll see you later.
Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop.